his own wiles. He is ruthless in the way he assumes power.
Constantine the Great was one of those rulers that changed the world. He inherited a Roman Empire which had been divided into two parts.
Constantine was leader of the vast empire, ruling over its western and eastern halves.
He was a very astute politician, and he was faced with the problem of both administering and of managing this enormous realm.
Just 6 weeks after ascending to the throne, Constantine journeys to the edge of the empire, to a remote spot in modern-day Turkey.
Constantine took a spear and traced the outline of the city in the dirt. His entourage was somewhat amazed at the extent to which he intended to build the city. He is said to have commented, "I will go as far as he until he who leads me stops."
That line would become the boundary of the empire's great new capital, Nova Roma, New Rome. And from that sketch would rise a glittering city in the center of a great new empire. The city would come to be known as Constantinopolis, Constantine's city.
Constantine effectively shifts the center of the Roman Empire and founds a new center.
He was moving away from Rome with its old rivalries, political infighting, vested interests and so forth, to create something quite new which he could hold.
Constantine's vision for his new city would be built upon the engineering techniques perfected during the Roman Empire.
There was a grand campaign of construction, of building forums, marketplaces, to build the kind of buildings that ancient Rome had.
But Constantine's rule would be marked by one major distinction. Unlike any previous emperor, he would harness the power of another ruler. His name was Jesus Christ.
Christianity is really on the rise. There is a large Christian presence in the empire, and simply recognizing this presence made a good deal of political sense.
Constantinople was founded, in effect, as a Christian empire, and Orthodox Christianity was fundamental to its existence.
Well, we have to remember that even though Constantine was venerated by Christianity, he's still an emperor. In other words, a dictator. He's not only killed his son, his stepson, but also his second wife, all on the same trip to Italy. So if the boy wants a city, he's going to get a city and not take no for an answer. The problem is, how do you attract people to a dusty town in the hinterlands called Byzantium? Well, first of all, you might want to rename it after yourself. And second of all, in the style of all Roman emperors, rebuild it. If Constantine could rise out of the grave today and see the success story of Istanbul, population 12 million, 2 million tourists a year, he'd probably faint. Because in 337 AD, when he dies, not only is the city half done, he's got a big problem. Bulging population, one little provincial aqueduct in a city surrounded by sea. So there's water everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
By the mid-4th century, the city was dying of thirst. Constantine's successors would have to develop a water supply far larger than Rome's to keep the city alive. The system they built would be one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world.
There were no local water resources within the city walls of Constantinople, and hence water had to be brought from a much greater distance than anywhere else in the classical world and in the Mediterranean.
The task fell to an ambitious builder named Valens, who reigned from 364 to 378 AD. He would carry out an audacious plan to engineer the world's longest aqueduct system. Completed, it would transport spring water a staggering 400 miles, equal in length to all of the Roman Empire's earlier aqueducts combined. The main line would begin 150 miles west of Constantinople deep in the lands of Thrace. Byzantine engineers would first have to find a way to maintain a consistent downward slope to keep the water moving.
There are tunnels underground, there are channels that go along the surface, and there are, where necessary, these great aqueduct bridges.
Between the 4th and 6th centuries, the Byzantines built 60 aqueduct bridges. The most impressive would rise nearly 90 feet. Today it's known as the Koshin-Verme Aqueduct Bridge. Builders first constructed giant stone piers or supports. Once the piers were raised, masons worked on massive arches. Wooden forms held the stones of each arch in place until the keystone could be positioned, and the arch completed. Framework was then built on the next tier, and the process repeated. Like the Romans, Byzantine masons adorned their bridges with religious carvings. But unlike the Romans, the Byzantines chose Christian, not pagan symbols. More than 80 miles away, another aqueduct bridge, this one even larger, would channel water near the heart of Constantinople, now Turkey's largest city, Istanbul.
I'm standing on top of the giant aqueduct bridge built for the ancient city of Constantinople under the Emperor Valens. What does that name bring power to you? Valens. Now the entire aqueduct span is 150 miles, but just this section between two hills in Constantinople is 11 football fields long. And boy, did it take care of the city's water problem. But it not only took care of the water problem, just as we've seen in all of the empires, if you want to make a political statement with a public work, you build it big.
However, getting the water to Constantinople was only half the battle. Once in the city, the water had to be stored, but vacant land was scarce. Byzantine engineers answered the challenge by building an underground storage system more elaborate than anything else in the ancient world. Over time, they would construct more than 150 subterranean tanks. The largest would be here, the Basilica Cistern. It would take 336 columns to support its 25-foot-tall ceiling, at 153 yards long and 77 yards wide. The Basilica Cistern could hold enough water to fill 27 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Engineers built the underground storage tanks in troughs between the city's hills, an ingenious solution that not only made use of the lowland, but also provided a flat building surface on top.
The cisterns enabled the city to be provided continuously by water, even in the summer. It would rain that much, and there'd be merely a trickle coming down from the aqueduct.
With its vast underground water storage system, Constantinople's population swelled to an extraordinary size for an ancient city.
By the end of the 5th century, the population of Constantinople was approaching the 500,000 mark.
No other city in Western Europe came even close.
It was a city that was legendary, even for people who had never set foot in it.
But far away on the steppes of Mongolia, a tidal wave is about to engulf Europe. The surge would be led by a man named Attila, and his army will soon be at the gates of Constantinople. It will take a brilliant feat of military engineering, the greatest defense system of antiquity, to save the city. 410 AD, Rome has fallen to Germanic tribes called Visigoths. Roman citizens fled eastward to the safe haven of Constantinople. But it was only a matter of time before a savage horde, hell-bent on destruction, would come knocking. They were called the Huns.
Now, as the west will decline, the east, Constantinople will become a boom town. Only burr in the saddle is, the richer Constantinople gets, the more those marauding northern tribes who have been attacking Italy start to look at Constantinople and go,
Constantine the Great put the Byzantine Empire on the map. Now the Huns sought to wipe it off.
The descriptions of them in contemporary texts, which treat them as outlandish, horrible, ugly, beastly people, make it very clear that ordinary people are actually terrified of them.
But the Byzantines had a plan.